All abusers of ice rock go the same way. Eventually, the adrenaline increases so much that the hydrochloric acid in the stomach erupts and eats away at the lining. Soon all the organs are destroyed. I wouldn't be surprised if the escaped creature dies by daybreak. Exactly. The acid eats them clean. That's going to be me soon. It was never supposed to end this way. I was supposed to be helping the disabled, for Christ's sake. Oh, where did everything go wrong? What the hell kind of question is that? Have I ever been there? No. But every day I'm getting closer. Did you hear about the mortician there? He also got slashed. You just can't escape it. I'm not really sure. Maybe the faint smell of formalin drove one of them towards the morgue. We used similar chemicals on some of the test subjects. The reaction seemed to intensify their adrenaline high. Well, the creature probably opened the locker to suck the formalin from the preserved body. He probably nabbed the body and leapt out of the building with it. As for the mortician, he was probably there at the wrong time. Poor bastard. I'd hate to be the man who saw that mess. Well, I never met him, but I do know what happened to him. Was he a friend of yours? Apparently, one of Victor's guards saw the guy snooping around our operation. I don't even know how he found out about us. Another one of the mutants tried to escape a couple of nights back. It broke out of its cage and slashed a nurse in the face. But this time, it was stopped by Victor himself. All Victor did was stare the creature down. He didn't even say a word. It just whimpered back into its cage like a domesticated pet. Rumor had it he was ready to talk to the authorities, so Victor wanted to teach him a lesson. He tracked Nick to a park, and from what I heard, Victor's pet dismembered the poor guy like a rusty blender. Fortunately for the rest of us, its time expired. Victor's impatience led him to overdose his pet on ice rock. Eventually, the police investigated the rapid disappearance of the homeless. Victor, realizing that he would have to get a supply of test subjects elsewhere, he built a psychiatric hospital. This provided an incredible new supply of volunteers. Many patients came from abusive families who wanted nothing to do with them. Once they were dumped in the hospital, even families who cared wanted nothing to do with them. No one cared what happened to them. After bumping off Felden, Victor shut down Noxitec so that it wouldn't be traced back to him. I'm sure he conveniently lost all of the financial paperwork. It's too late. I'm just going to sit here and accept my fate. I know the most important thing about him, why he died. Well, this is the end for me, so what the hell do I have to lose? Felden wanted to back out of his deal with Victor, and they got into a huge fight. Felden threatened to spill the whole operation to the cops if Victor tried anything. Felden thought they were meeting at the Skyline restaurant to work out their differences, but Victor had really arranged to have him bumped off there. Sure, he made the assassination look like a random shootout so no one would suspect it was a setup. Besides, Victor had the perfect alibi. There were over 20 witnesses there who could prove that he never laid a hand on Felden. Unless he has already found another way. My God, it'll be the death of this city. I'm not sure. When I discovered I was mutating, I got the hell out of there. There's no way I'm going to let him dissect me. But I do have an idea where he might be. Go to the psychiatrist's quarters near the hospital. He might be there. Victor provides residence there for people working on the project. You can reach the underground lab through the basement of the building. You know, a lot of people used to complain about how degenerated the city is becoming, and I suppose at one point I thought that also. But now I just think how wonderful it was to take walks at night and see how the city lights twinkled like stars in the sky. The city noises, the busy activities. I'm going to miss it all when I'm gone. Well, everyone despises them for destroying the park. But what they did is nothing compared to what Victor Ambrose is planning to do. I think it's a superficial cover-up of a real tragedy. But hell, I'm in this so deep I don't think I could even pull off a superficial cover-up. I'm sure it's full of holes by now. Never could figure out why Victor was so infatuated with that place anyhow.
A puff of cool mist rushes out of the container, revealing several labeled hypodermic injectors inside. You look at the different hypodermic injectors and decide to take one that would be the least likely to hurt someone. You pick out a spray marked Valium, check to make sure the plastic cover is intact, and pocket it. You open the door. You walk outside. You take the subway to the psychiatric hospital.
So that's the secret that remained with Nick, and he died trying to tell it to me. Oh, Nick, did you think having me publish an article would be enough? Had you realized the implications of what you had found? I wonder if Steinman did. Hell, I wonder if anyone understands what's really going on. I mean, if I don't stop Victor, it can be the end of everything. Now that I really know why Nick died, I'm unsure if meeting Dr. Steinman was a blessing or a curse. How can anyone be part of something so horrific? I'd like to believe he was misled, and he was in a lot of ways, but let's face it, he lied to himself about everything, and now he's suffering for it. Still, he tried to redeem himself at the end, or maybe he tried to redeem himself because he knew it was the end. Either way, he cleared up a lot for me.
The golden-brown terracotta which tiles the roof is glazed with a rich stain. The curved surfaces reflect the larger cloud formations. Oddly styled windows protrude from the inclined roof. The deep blue of the evening sky reflects in the glass and obscures any vision of the interior. The chain-mailed bronze figure brandishes his shield and mace.